So in this video, I'm going to be talking about OEM and the aftermarket parts. That's aftermarket or automotive aftermarket. So I know a lot of people don't know much about this. I don't know what the difference between OEM parts and aftermarket parts. So, or some might even get confusing and assume. In fact, not just confusing, a lot of people assumed or believe that OEM parts are more superior than the aftermarket. So I'm going to explain a lot of things on this video using um, Peugeot vehicles or PSA vehicles. Now, OEM, of course, stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. So the OEM parts are more like the parts. In fact, they are just the parts that the cars were produced with from the plant where they assemble the vehicle. That's the parts that the vehicle were produced with. Almost all Peugeot cars. Like I said, I'm going to be focusing on Peugeot. I'm not saying it's not the same with every other brand of vehicle. No, let me just use Peugeot to describe in case there could be something different in another brand I do not know of. So it's all the same parts that we're using assembling that vehicle, producing that car. And what also means is the manufacturer, like the Peugeot, can as well sell the parts that particular part or parts that we are using assembling the vehicle. They can sell it, if you are interested, you can buy. But most time, of course, they don't sell directly to individuals. They usually sell it through distributors, dealerships, and the rest. It's possible you can buy directly from the Peugeot themselves, but want to follow the market trend, usually through the dealerships or their branches, not necessarily their headquarters. So let's just assume, yes, you can buy directly from them, but it's not always the case. So now aftermarket are the parts that you can't really say they are they are also quality parts, but they are different brands. Like if you are buying the difference, let me just give you a difference so you understand what I mean. The difference between aftermarket parts and the OEM parts are that the OEM parts will be packaged with Peugeot name on it, on the pack. While the aftermarket parts will have their individual companies or brand names on them, not the car manufacturer's name per se. The OEM will have the car manufacturer's name on it, on the pack, while the aftermarket will have their own name on the pack. So, but an interesting thing that could relate the aftermarket and the OEM together is the OEM parts are not necessarily being produced by the car manufacturers. That's what you need to understand. The parts, for example, the headlight in your Peugeot car right now was probably, in fact, most likely was not produced by Peugeot. So what it now means is some other companies produce it for them, but then they package it for Peugeot. That's when you want to buy that particular part, what you see on the packet, the carton, the leather bag, whatever that they used to in wrapping or putting those things together in a box or whatever, will not have that or the company that produce it. It will not. You will see the name on that part. The name you see is Peugeot, PSA or whatever. As long as it's a car company, that's the part. So in other words, the aftermarket companies now those individual companies that produce quality parts are the ones that actually produce parts for car manufacturers in assembling their vehicles or producing their vehicles. That headlamp could be from Bosch, for those who use European brand of cars, Peugeot, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, BMW, Volvo. That was back then anyway. So many other European brands you will know more about. Bosch, Valeo, and some other things. You find it in all these European car brands. So what they do is they go to this quality car parts company that's focused in producing vehicle parts. So they go to them and then they produce parts for they discuss and they produce parts for them to use in assembling a particular vehicle, depending on the shape and quality they want. So later on, they will see package those parts for Peugeot to sell. They will package it and give to Peugeot. However, on the part itself is still going to bear the name of the company that produces, not the car manufacturing name. No, it's still going to bear. If let's assume it was Bosch that produced the headlight on your Peugeot car, when you want to buy the OEM, it means you're likely going to buy it from Peugeot itself, or you could still buy it from open market. But what happens is when you see the packet or the carton, it will be a Peugeot name. But when you remove the headlamp, what you now see on the headlamp will be either Bosch or Valeo, whoever that produced that headlamp. Now, for the aftermarket parts, Bosch, like I said, produce OEM for Peugeot. Yet, Bosch will still also produce theirs. That's exactly that part, identical, no difference. And they package it with their own name. The carton will not bear their own name, their whatever, the brand or logo, everything will appear there, and then they will sell. So that you have the option, you can also buy from Peugeot, directly from Peugeot or an open market, as long as you want OEM. Or you can also buy same parts, exactly the same part, but this time around with Bosch name or Bosch brand or value package. Yes, the carton will bear the value. Everything will be about value of Bosch in the market. It's the same thing, only that this one is for Peugeot, that's produced for Peugeot to sell, or packaged for Peugeot to sell. Why this you can buy any other place. Now, people may now be wondering why go to such a thing? Is it not almost the same thing? One person can just use the same part. Now, the aftermarket companies package for car companies, which you now refer as OEM, usually cost more. They will produce it, package it, and then sell to the car companies. Now, the car companies, now what it means is, because any car company, any OEM part is assumed to be that of high quality, because it's exactly what, or you're expected to be exactly what the car was produced with. The car is what Nigerians call follow come. That's exactly what the car left with. Or most times there could be a change, maybe an improvement or something, but they will decide to use a different or a modified part. So in that case, it may not be exactly what the car was produced with from the plant. However, it could be an improvement. So Peugeot will say, well, okay, put it for us with now a different number, which I'm going to talk about, but you will still sell it for that particular car. That's if you now, what it means is, if you buy the headlamp, no, let's assume your portfolio is for produced with headlamp A. Now you come back 5 years later, you want to buy the same 406 headlamp from Peugeot or in the market, but you want the OEM. Now when you go there, what you might see there will now be headlamp B, no longer headlamp A, but it will be what Peugeot have decided that, oh, this headlamp B is better for 406, not the one they started with. So what it means is this is now the one Peugeot recommends for the Peugeot 406. So you will no longer find headlamp A in Peugeot showrooms where they sell parts. What you now find is headlamp B for that your vehicle. So that's the one they will recommend, and that's one. So it's still part of OEM, even though the part has changed a little, but you can see work. It's still considered OEM, which probably is an improvement on the old one, or for whatever reasons. So now I hope you understand that. So the OEM usually cost more than the aftermarket, because when you package it for this thing, it's what it now looks like is not like it looks like. Well, still it looks like it becomes more like a premium part, while the aftermarket will sell the same parts but at a cheaper price, the same quality. Okay. Now, when it comes to the next question is, how do you identify the part? Is it just by a mere word, headlamp? How do you know? How do you source for the part? By not just use, because if you say just the word headlamp, it may not necessarily mean you get the exact one. So how do you now know which one that that will be the exact one for your vehicle, both the OEM and the aftermarket? Because now when you talk about aftermarket, what you see on the pack may not necessarily be headlamp for Peugeot 406. No, they will just put it there. You may see the shape or design of this thing on the package. However, you will see headlamp, but you may not say specifically this is the headlamp for this vehicle. So the only way now for you to now know how to identify which part, most especially the aftermarket, that will work for yours. For example, brake pad. Let's use brake pad, which which will make more sense than the headlamp. All brake pad you see, they may not write use it for Peugeot 406 or no. So how do you identify that? What you use to identify the one that will work for your car is what we call part number. Part number. Now, OEM has its own part number. You have OEM. Each OEM. See, let me put it in a different way. You see that your vehicle now, you have your Peugeot car. Everything on that car, everything, even nuts, even bolts, even washer, everything. See, even your tire, everything you can think of that comprises of that was put together to make it a vehicle. Everything, anything you can touch on that car, anything you can touch or your eyes can see on that vehicle has a part number. So when you are in other words, for professionals like us in the automotive industry, we don't use the word headlamp or brake pad or this thing to source for parts. No, we don't do that. These are for people who don't know, maybe like basic, I don't know how to put it. People who just don't know much about cars, who just drive and then seek for professional opinion or advice when it comes to repairs or seeking for solution for their car issues. But for us, we don't use all those things. It will be too cumbersome. What we use is, hey, this vehicle, we need to change so and so part of this car. So for us to source for that part, we use the part number. Why? Because just because your car is for Peugeot 406 does not mean every brake pad in Peugeot 406 is the same. So when you go to market, you just say, give me Peugeot 406 part. No. Or no, Peugeot 406 brake pad. No, you don't do that. Because various Peugeot 406 have different kinds of brake pad, depending on the production year, depending on the engine, depending on the engine. They can determine the type of brake pad that the car will have, and so many things. So you just state this is the part number. I want this part number. Do you have it? If you don't have it, you move on. So, of course, the only time you may not use part number is when you go to open market where people, the local people sell parts. For a well-established place that, when you talk about, I'm talking about a big shop or car parts dealer that set up to sell parts, more like somebody who understands the system or automotive industry. If he has a shop, trust me, he will not sell parts to just by name. No, you have to produce the part number. If you go to dealership, you buy with part number, not just So that's the point. So the same thing with OEM and aftermarket have their own. So let's assume we are still talking about the brake pad. I want to buy the brake pad of so and so Peugeot 406 with so and so engine and so this. So because as a professional, I already know the part number, or you know how to find the part number easily without even stressing yourself. You can easily access the part number as somebody who is an expert in that field. So you go to you make your request, go there. Oh, do you have this part? For people who are already who have gone digital in their way of running business, all they do is they just key it in their system. If they have it, they will tell you. If it's not available, they will tell you the price out there. Even me, myself, for example, I sell parts too. I don't need to look at my system. Once you say I need so and so part, even when you don't even know the part number, and you tell me you need Peugeot 406 brake pad, first thing that will cross my mind is, okay, I have three brake pads for Peugeot 406, and these are the part numbers. Mentally, I will just go to my mental list that the part numbers, this, I have only these three. Which engine does your own have? So, or which is the production year? So I'll know which part number that will fit your vehicle. So aftermarket also have their own part number, different from the OEM. That's where I'm coming from. So the next question now is, how do you find the part number? Let's assume you are not, for you guys that are not professional in this field. Now you want to buy parts, or most especially you want to import parts. So it will be very difficult for you to actually know how to source it, because if you click Peugeot 406 brake pad, it will bring out all kinds of parts. No, brake pad meant for Peugeot 406. So how do you now know which one that is supposed to be for your own Peugeot 406? Or do you go and buy 10 different brake pads that is labeled Peugeot 406? You don't do that. You have to look for an identical one or specific one that matches yours. And you do that with part number, not just the word brake pad. So I'm going to show you guys. This video is going to be very long. So for those of you who are not ready to learn, who are here to complain that my videos are too long, this is time for you to stop watching. Go and look for all these kids YouTube videos to watch. These are people who are ready to learn to keep their Peugeot cars in good condition as long as they can or it takes. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how you can actually keep you can access those Peugeot parts, part number. You can get those part numbers and use it to look for parts that you want. Now I'm going to start with OEM parts. Now the OEM parts, the easiest way to get what's it called? Okay, let me show you guys the OEM, how the OEM numbers looks like. Okay, so this particular these are two items. These are, and they are OEM. Now let's look at this one. The one on the white pack, the paper pack. You can see this number is not really that clear. Let me see. It's not showing, but down there you see something like on this white pack, you see something like 2182 then gap 05, 2182.05. Now before that 21, if you look very well, you will see something like P in bracket, though it's not clear here. You see P in bracket, so that P stands for part number, which is the Peugeot part number. So that is your Peugeot part number. So if you for you to understand what I mean, just get a pen, write out 2182.05. 2182.05. Once you do that, just go, maybe use Google or whatever, search for it. 2182.05, or you could just say part number, or 2182.05, whatever it is. It's going to bring, you may not even need to give that gap between 82 and 05. You will see it will bring out, if any vehicle parts that have that number, then you understand what I mean. This one as well, the one on the leather, plastic leather, or what we call waterproof, it says 2182.53. So that one too is a part number. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys how to find this part number in Peugeot database, so that by the time we get there, you now see what this part looks like. Okay, so note it, like I said, 2182.05, 2182.53. So these are Peugeot part numbers. The packet, like you can see, on the pack, you can see mostly what you see there is Peugeot logo, Citroen logo, and the other stuffs. Mostly Peugeot logo, that's what you see. That's the lion logo. Now, these two parts that are inside this pack, they are not actually produced by Peugeot. No. They are produced by a different company, but packaged for Peugeot to sell. So, yes, you can get them from Peugeot directly, or you can get them from, or you can still buy them from open market. So, let me show you guys how to get this. So, first thing you do is service box. Probably I'm going to do a video on this, how you can get have an account on service box someday. But I know I've written an article on this. So you come to where you can put VIN. Let's see if I can find a VIN that will give me what I want. Okay, let's type VF 39. Okay, this will do. So the VIN I'm putting now is VIN of Peugeot 607 Z9. That's phase 2. Okay, let's see. Alright, so let's come here so you guys will see very well. So you can see this is the VIN. Now this is what it's saying. 607 restyling, 4-door salon, 2.2 injection, 16 valve, 170 manual gearbox 6. So this is for EW12J4. This is also with EW12J4 6-speed manual. Okay, so like I said, I already know the parts, but because now if you don't know what part, the part number, and let's assume you want to buy your clutch kits are leaking, like the clutch master cylinder and the clutch slave cylinder needs to be replaced. So when you come here in the service box, you go to, okay, since this is the gearbox assembly, right? So you go to the clutch, you click it. So you see, it will now bring up options. So the first one, you can see it here, is a clutch control master cylinder. Click that one. So let's find out. Since the internet is acting up, okay, it's up now. Anyway, so okay, let me turn it like this so you guys can see. So this is a diagram of the clutch, the upper clutch, the what we call upper and lower clutch, but that is master clutch cylinder and the clutch slave cylinder. So, and including the pedals and the brake fluid reservoir. Now this is this particular one. That's what's it called? 10. Okay. So this is, it shows here 20. You can see it here. This is the clutch master cylinder. You can see it has a link. What's it called? A hose that link it from the brake fluid reservoir. So, and you can see this arrow pointing to the hose and also pointing to the cylinder. What it means here is that the hose comes with the cylinder. That is an assembly. So if you are buying it, it's expected to have that hose on it attached, brand new one. So that's why. So that is number 220. So you come here. Now this is the list of all these parts here. So you come to 20. You can see it here. All right, you can see I've now highlighted 20. Now can you see it also highlighted the part now? So what does the 20 say? It says clutch master cylinder. So you can see that number that I mentioned earlier before we enter here, 218253. Clutch master cylinder. Now, have you seen it? So this is exactly, so now you can see that this 20 is pointing at these two components, and then this is the part number 2182. Okay, let's check the slave cylinder. The slave cylinder, you can see this particular one. You can see it here, it's showing 21. It's pointing at it. This is the slave cylinder, is the clutch cylinder that is attached on the gearbox. So you come to 21, highlight it. Now you can see the 21 is also now highlighted, pointing at the part. So what does that one show? It says clutch slave cylinder. So now you know how to get your part number, because right here, all you need, the reason why you entered here is just to get the part number. The part number, that's all you need. So once you get the part number, so you've gotten the two part numbers now, and now you want to search for it online where you can buy these two. Okay, so let's leave here. Just the first 218, or see if I can find it on eBay. Okay, right now I'm on eBay, so let's just type the number 218205. As you can see, I just typed 218205. So let's see if anything will come up. Okay, you see, it now brought up a lot of things that have that number or whatever. Now see what you are looking for. See it here. Now can you see it, guys? Genuine clutch slave cylinder C1, C5, C8, jumpy center. So now when you come here, look at the description. It says part manufacturer number. You can see it. 21. Let me zoom, enter there. So you can see where it's written part or reference OEM number. You can see the first number there is 218205 or 2182.05. Once you see that, this has confirmed that this is the part you are looking for, so you can make your purchase from here. Okay, let's try the second part, because this one is this slave cylinder. Let's see if they have, eBay has that, what's it called? The second part, which is 218253. Okay. Now look at it. That's it. The third item on that list, that the things important. Look at it here. Genuine Peugeot 607 clutch master cylinder generator, clutch cylinder, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go back. Okay, look at it now. It says, you can see, but it's not in English anyway. But down here, you can see after PSA, it says 218253. Let me see if you guys can see it very well. All right. Something, I don't know what language is that, probably German or something. So you can see under the PSA, you can see 218253. So this is just how to get the part number you need and make your purchase. The reason why I'm saying that is there could be a Peugeot 607 with manual gearbox, even though generally they use almost the same master cylinder, master clutch cylinder and slave clutch cylinder. No, actually they don't. They don't use, because I know the EW10, use a different slave cylinder in Peugeot 607. So EW607 that has EW10, they use different slave cylinder. Then yeah, they use different slave cylinder. Then that of 6-speed gearbox also use different slave cylinder. The only cylinder that use the V6 one, the V6 manual V6 have different ones. So there's a EW12J4 manual. The Z8 have 5-speed. So that one uses the same slave cylinder with that of V6. No. So that's the reason why I say don't rely only on clutch cylinder or master cylinder. Look at all these parts. They all belong to this one too. Is the same. For this, the clutch master. And if you come here, you have so many part numbers listed here. But down here, you see it. I've even seen it 218. No, this is something else. 218205. Should be somewhere here. Okay, let me not waste so much time looking for this thing, but I know I'll find it when I pay attention. 2053. It's 53, not okay. Already wasting time. Okay, let me leave. So now you know how to get OEM part number. The exercise I did now is for the OEM part number. So now let's look for the So let's start. Um, okay, so the app is opening. So you go to oil guard. Um, come in here. Okay, blah blah blah. Now you just look for. Okay, we're already in cars anyway. So, but when you click it, it will show you other options like classic, van, truck. So what we are doing here is cars, for cars. Then you choose the brand of the vehicle. Scroll up. I'm looking for Peugeot here. Um, okay. All right, so here we have Peugeot. You wait for it to complete. So we look for the model of the Peugeot car we want to check. Okay, Peugeot 406. We have two Peugeot 406 here. One is for coupe, the other is for saloon and station wagon. So let's click the saloon one. So next thing is choose the type. I believe this is for the choose the type, the engine. Okay, so the engine we are focusing at 2.0, which is EW10J4. No, they didn't. What they stated here is just 2.0 16 valve. Now, EW10J4 started sometime in 1999, 2000. That's when they started putting it in Peugeot. So the first 2.0, which is 96 to 98, is SU10J4R engine. So that's what we are interested in. So I will choose 406 2.0 16 valve 2001 to 2004 production. So I click this one. So wait for it. Okay, now you can see it. EW10J4 engine. So now you go down. So you can see the recommended, what liquid moly recommended. Various engine oil and the okay. So choose maximum fuel saving. No. Okay, let me choose prefer severe use. Let me see if I can find severe. Okay, it's not giving me that option. This one is for normal use. I've forgotten how to change for severe. So, but at least you get the gist. We have different. Okay, let's just assume you want to use. Okay, this one. This is one of their latest in the market. That Molygen new generation 10W40. So let's assume you want to use this one. So you click on the details. Then it will bring out the oil data spreadsheet. So from here, can read more on that. These are the oil. These are the codes recommended. The car manufacturers use. So here you can see Peugeot Citroën PSA B712300. So from here, if your engine, I've done a video on that, if this is recommended for your engine. So, likewise, okay, let's look for something else. Automatic transmission. Remember, it's for this same engine in Peugeot 406. So, what's their recommended transmission oil? See it here. Top Tech ATF 1200. There's a second one here, but this one doesn't have any image attached. So now you know how to search for to about the timing kit now. So I'm going to Deco. Deco is one of the good aftermarket or quality aftermarket brand that also produce OEM for Peugeot. So we are going to want to know their timing kits. How, okay, want to buy Deco timing belt, not the one package for Peugeot. Want to buy it, probably only the timing belt or Zara belt or the complete kit. So you click on search application, which is the vehicle. You click on the car. So the next step is you look for the brand. So look at Peugeot here. You click on Peugeot. Okay, so look at the different model of Peugeot cars. You catch on to find the one. Okay, look at 406. You can use either 406 or 407 as long as they have the same engine. But let's just focus on the one we are doing, 406. Okay. Now you can see 1995, 406, 1995 to 2003. Yes, you can find the EW10J4 there, but it will be mixed up with SU engine and the rest. So let's start, since Peugeot started using EW10J4 and 406 from 1999. So let's start with this second option. So you can see we have we have various 2.0 here. The first one, 2.0, which likely is the SU10 J4. We have the diesel, the HDI, then the HPI. So we're looking for this 2.0 injection, which is the EW10J4. So we'll click on it. Now you can see it. EW10J4 RFR. Then here we have the SU10J4, then the RFN. So both the RFR and RFN basically the same. So let's click on the RFN, the last one. Okay, so here we have it. It will give you the car, the engine specification, and then along somewhere. You can see it here, 138 HP or 100 kilowatts, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is what I'm interested in. I want to show you guys. Now you can see the first one, it says 6PK 1200, auxiliary belt, blah, 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 but this is probably without AC compressor. Now this one, it says auxiliary belt with AC, alternator, and the power steering. So this is what we are looking for with 6PK 1725, because almost all EW10J4 engine comes with, in Peugeot 406 comes with AC compressor and power steering. So we click on that one. So this is for the this is for the, what's it called, the auxiliary belt, the one most people call engine belt or alternator belt. So of course that's the part number 6PK 1725. Remember, let's go back. The part number is there. Okay, let me do it this way so you guys can see it. Okay, it's not so 1725. These are the part numbers from different brands. If you want to see the picture, this is it. You click on that image. Just show you what it looks like. But this one is more like drawing. But you know. So now let's talk about timing belt. Now let's assume you want to buy only the timing belt. Look at it here, 94905. So note it down. Let's note the timing, this particular timing belt down. So when we go out to look for it, where we can make the purchase. Okay, so let's enter it. So click on the image, the same thing, just showing not drawing. Then we'll have tensioner, all those things. There are those numbers on top, they are the part numbers. So this is what you use. Okay, let's assume you now want to buy a complete kit of timing. Complete timing kit. The auxiliary belts. In fact, let's use the one with, even with water pump. The auxiliary belt, the timing belt, the tensioner. No, I'm missing this up. The timing belt, the timing tensioner, the timing roller, and the water pump. So let's see. We want to buy all of them at once. So Look at it. Look at them here. You can see their pictures with their part numbers on top. The first one is the timing belt. You can see the number. Then the second one is the timing belt roller, no tensioner. Then followed by timing belt roller, followed by the water pump. You can see their part numbers on top of them. So, but if you want to buy it as a kit, you can see the part number, which is KTBWP3442. So, let's see the image. Okay, look at it very well now. So you can see. Or if you use that part number to search, you get all these things as a kit in the box. All this, the timing belt, the timing tensioner, the roller, the water pump, So that's it. If you want to buy the kit without the water pump, look at it here. You can see them here. You can also click here. You can see there's no water pump here. So all you need to do, the part number is KTB344. Let's note it. KTB344. All right, so let's go out and see if we can find it. Yes, they have it. Okay, let's search this. I want to put the timing belt part number now. 94905. I don't think they have it here. Mostly some other parts. Okay, let's maybe add timing belt to it to see if to pop up here. Timing belt. All right. Okay, that makes it easy. So look at it here now. With the part number, you can see it. You can make your purchase. This is the belt. So that's it. Let's see, timing belt kit. KTB 344. Now this is the kit for the complete. Okay, see it here. Yeah. So remember, it's KTBE. Yeah, it's 344E. It's almost like the same anyway. Remember this part number. This EW10J4 use the same timing kit with EW12J4. So you can see it here. You can buy it from here. This is Australia dollar. So now you see, okay. You guys will understand what I mean. So I'm going to the field catalog. Their catalog, this is it. Okay, for example, this is for UK. If you have your number place, you can put it here and you bring out your car details without searching for inputting the vehicle details yourself. So let's start for 406 2.0. Let's wait for it. It's supposed to give me what option? Engine code. Let's search. Okay. Now let's select brake. All right. So you've seen it here. You say Peugeot 406 2.0 blah blah blah. So now I can see what is showing here. Divided a car into two, the front. So the front, since I'm searching for, let's start with front brakes. So you click on this front one. So it will give you option 2.0, which is the saloon and station wagon. or the coupe. So let's click on the saloon. The first one, okay, now look at the brake pads. Now this part, this is the brand TRW. Then this is the part number. So LP986. Then this is like the kit. If you are buying complete error, but if you want only the front parts, LP986. This other one is not like the one. So the first one, this way you choose. So the brand is TRW. Now let's go back to the rear one. Let's see. Oh, I think I may have to start all over. Okay, anyway, but you get the gist. Now you can be able to source for your own parts. And at least, well, my point of doing this video for you to know the difference. There's something important that I need to point out. As car age, let's assume you produce your car 10 years ago. You may not be able to get all the OEM parts in the market anymore. Because as they are getting older, the car manufacturers are producing newer vehicles. So you get to a point they will want to focus more on selling parts for the newer vehicles that replace the one or they produced 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. So in that case, they may not request for the OEM parts from the aftermarket company that produce the parts for them. So in that case, the OEM will fade away from the market. So the only way to sustain fixing your car or keeping it in good shape is now to buy the OEM, the aftermarket parts. So in that case, you don't bother anymore to look for OEM, just focus more on aftermarket. Now, even the aftermarket, let's assume it was Bosch that produced the brake pad for Peugeot 406 when it was new. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean Bosch will continue to produce it even as they are to sell by by themselves. Another company can even start up and start producing it, that same brake pad. The only thing that I could say is the quality may not be up to that of Bosch, or it could also be higher than that of Bosch. So it doesn't mean that it's only Bosch that can produce that part. Other brands, I don't know when the IP stuff have to come in here, but other brands can also produce that and give it their own part number. So it's not left for you to go to that brand catalog and look for it, unless you can tell physically when you see that, okay, this will match. From there, you know that this can work in your vehicle. So the idea that OEM is the best when it comes to quality, no, it's not. Because over time, the aftermarket will keep improving, keep changing, and you get a point, the OEM will now be an old technology, where the aftermarket probably have produced something that will be newer or is already an improvement on that old one. So most times the aftermarket may even serve you better than the OEM. That's where I'm coming from. But the OEM will not, it's not like OEM will damage your car. There are some cases when they produce cars, after a while they will notice that some parts are not working well as intended. So they will change it. But what I mean, when you go to a Peugeot site or database, you no longer find the part number of that initial part they produce the car with. You will now find the part number of the improved one. But still, over time, they may even stop selling the improved one altogether. So there could be another improved one, better than the one Peugeot is selling from the aftermarket. So that's the point. So it doesn't matter how good you want your car to always be. Just know that your after OEM at some point will no longer be accessible to you as the car gets older, as time passes. So in that case, it's the aftermarket that you have to rely on. Then, of course, there are so many fake aftermarkets, that. So it's not left for you to find the quality one. People, because aftermarket is more like an open place where people produce all kinds of nonsense and sell for people to buy and use instead of OEM. So there are quality ones, there are fake ones. So I don't know if there's anything I've not covered here, but at least I've demonstrated how you can purchase your parts if you want to. So that's more like I don't know if there's another thing. So if you have any question or anything, you can always post and I will talk more on that. But I think I've touched a lot of areas of differences between OEM and aftermarket and how you can source for your own parts. Personally, guys, I prefer buying aftermarket. I do import parts and sell. And when I do, when I'm placing order, I look for aftermarket, not OEM. Because like I said, they are cheaper. Even though the quality with the OEM are the same. Remember, even some of the OEM parts are produced by those aftermarket companies. So they are cheaper and sometimes may even be higher quality than that of OEM based on their probably are already newer than those old ones. But I prefer aftermarket. So it's not left for you to know. Even if you are buying from the market, at least you can use yourself. For example, if you want to, let's assume you want to buy a part from me, and of course, you know already that it's likely going to be aftermarket. Just for you to do your own background check, you can also just go and find out truly if that part I want to sell to you actually is the part that will work for your vehicle. So you can go and check from the catalog to know if it's exactly what you want, because since you no longer get the OEM with Peugeot part number, so you have to use the aftermarket number to know if it's exactly for your own part. For example, I do sell timing belts of Deco timing belts, so you can tell from this part number that truly this part number of Deco will work for your own Peugeot 406 or Peugeot 407 with so and so engine. All right, that's all for this, guys. For this video, I think I've tried. All right.